it going? I'm Andy and welcome back. This is episode 4 of Scratchbuild Basics, and this episode I'm going to talk about ping pong balls. I'm going to try and use these and some various other bits and pieces to construct myself a wee bat, and thanks to Emerson Ward for suggesting this. And yeah, so let's get into it. Alrighty, so I've got my ping pong balls here. I've got some lids, and I'm gonna just make his legs from the usual plastic spoon handles, just to keep it nice and simple. I've had a few questions about where I get these plastic spoons, but it's just in the pound shop, really, in my local pound shop. Now you can see these lids have ridges on them, so just to try and make them look a bit less like lids, I'm gonna try and take the ridges down as much as possible with my knife. And that means just when it comes to painting, it's still going to have texture, but it's not going to be just obviously lid texture. But yeah, you'll see what I mean. I'm trying to be a bit more professional, so I've got all my ingredients laid out here. I've got my ball and a PVC pipe for the feet. And then I've got 8 spoons, that's 4 for each leg. And I've got my cotton buds for connecting the legs. And I've got 2 lids here. I've got one of the lids I was showing you from earlier, and then a slightly smaller lid. I've got this wee rubber ring, it's like a rubber washer. And then here's my wire coat hanger. And then that's a piece of rubber tubing, I think it's heat shrink tubing, but yeah, piece of rubber tubing. And that's all the ingredients. You'll notice no arms for this guy, so I'll get the ping pong ball prepped here. It's already prepped, to be honest, but I'm just doing this for the camera. But it's always good just to make sure everything's well sanded, especially things like this lid. See, shiny plastic like this, super glue really won't want to stick to it, and as well as that your paint won't stick. So it's good to get a good key in it, just for everything to stick. And in the plastic spoons as well, get those sanded both sides, because you're going to be gluing those together, and again it helps for the paint. And sorry, but I lost a wee bit of footage here, but you can see I've stuck the lid to my ping pong ball, and I drilled the hole first there in the lid, just to make sure the wire can get through okay. And yep, stuck the other lid on top at a slight angle. And like I said, I lost the footage, but I'll make up for it later on. I got some more footage later on. It's all good. And that's pretty much this guy's body finished. Don't plan to give him any arms. He's not going to need him. This guy's going to be a one-time use bat. So I'll just get started on the legs. Get my spoons cut here for the legs. And I'm going to cut these spoon handles in 2 different sizes, just to make up some small links for the legs. I've actually got a full video tutorial on building all different types of legs, if you want to go and give that a wee look after you've finished watching this video. I'll just quickly show how these go together. And I'll get 4 of those made up, and that's 2 links for each leg. But you can see they're slightly different. One side has a rounded edge pointed out, and the other side has a flat edge. You'll see why it's better to have the straight edge going in to connect to the foot. It makes it a wee bit easier to connect. But yep, like I said, check out that full video on legs if you're stuck. I'll just get my holes marked here for where I'm going to drill these out to pin them together. And then I'll get my cotton buds ready, get the heads cut off my cotton buds, and I'll use those to pin my legs together. And that's my legs pinned and ready to glue. I can position them now with whatever way I want before gluing them. But before I do that, I'll get some feet made using my PVC pipe. So I'll cut this piece of PVC pipe into sections and then use those sections for making my feet. And yeah, I apologise, I didn't list this in the ingredients, but this is just some offcuts of plastic card. I'm just going to use that to fill the feet out. And that's one finished there, one I made earlier. That's my wee notch there where the ankle's going to fit in, and that still leaves plenty of room for movement. And I'm just going to take my Stanley knife and round off all the edges, and again just to make it look a wee bit less like PVC pipe, and put some dents and dinges in it, and it just looks a lot better when I paint it. And then get the other one glued and trimmed, and that'll be 2 feet made, good to go. Now back to my legs. I've already got one glued up here. I just kind of judged how much of a bend to put in it. You can kind of fiddle about with it until you get a bend you're happy with. But I'll just get the other one glued here. I want these knees to be nice and strong, so I'm going to use plenty of glue, plenty of baking powder. I'm just going to line it up here with the other one, just get it roughly the same. I'll still have adjustment when I'm attaching them to the feet anyway, so it doesn't have to be that exact. And you have plenty of baking powder, nice and strong. I'll just test fit my feet here, and you can see I've still got plenty of adjustment before gluing these, and that's what I like about this. I like to be able to adjust and get them into a nice position before gluing. And that should be everything. I'll just lay out all my parts here and get them glued together. Like I said, no arms for this guy, he doesn't need them. So I'll get glue on all my joints, plenty of glue, especially in these feet, and then I'll get them put together, and before the glue dries I'll mess about with them and just get them into a good position. It's not like the super glue is going to dry straight away, so I've got plenty of time. I can play with them here till my heart's content and just get them into some sort of standard position that I like. I originally thought I wanted one foot up at the back so he looked like he was kind of running, but that wasn't very stable, so I got him into just the best sort of running position that I thought was possible with these feet. And then when I'm happy with everything and he's stable, gotta make sure he's not gonna fall over, I'll hit him with some of my spray activator, just miter bond activator. It comes with my glue. If you don't have this, you could just wait till the glue dries. And last but not least, I'll get my piece of shrink wrap tubing or rubber tubing and just glue it in here. This is gonna act like a fuse. So I'll get this fuse trimmed down. Well, I say fuse, logically I suppose it would be an exhaust, but either way I'll get it trimmed down, and that's him pretty much done. But now I'm thinking at this point he's gonna need backup. He's got no arms, he's one-time use, so he's gonna need a body, and his body's gonna need some arms. So I'm gonna take some Sculpey and I'm gonna use this to make some shoulder nubs. That's what I'm gonna call them anyway, shoulder nubs. I don't have to, I could just connect the arms directly to the body, but I have this Sculpey lying about, there's not much of it left, and I might as well use it. You could use milliput, or even you could use bottle caps, it would look just as good. But yeah, shoulder nubs. And while they're baking, I'll take another lid, and it's already drilled. I'll just get it sanded and glued. I've used plenty of glue here, just so that glue squishes over the edges, and then I can put some baking powder on it, and that'll give me those good weld lines that I'm after. Now I need some more feet. I'll use the same feet again. These feet are great. They're nice and sturdy and they look good when they're painted. But like I said, you could use lids or split a ping pong ball in half and use those. But let's get this made up and trimmed. So I've got my body ready to go here. I've got the wire coat hanger through it, and I give it a wee bit of a bend first. I like to bend it first. It just turns the feet out a wee bit and it just makes it more stable. So I'll go ahead here and get his legs glued on. That's my legs glued, and I can mark now where my arms are going to go. I just roughly want to line them up with the legs. It doesn't have to be too precise, but as long as they're roughly lined up. And my shoulder nubs are fresh out of the oven. They've cooled down, and I can get those glued on. But the Sculpey, it's very porous, so it soaks up the glue very quickly, and I won't get a chance to slide it around. So I need to get it right first time. You know, normally when I'm gluing things, you get a wee bit of a chance to slide things around, but for some reason this Sculpey, the glue just instantly goes off. That's my shoulder nubs glued, and I can carefully drill them out and give this guy some arms. And I said I was going to give him arms, but I might not necessarily give him hands on the end of those arms. So I'm going to attach the arms the same way as I pinned the legs together. I'm going to use this cotton bud sticks. I could use wire, but I had these cotton bud sticks left over, and the wire is a bit harder to bend, and I like to again give the arm joints a bit of a bend. It just sort of gives them a bit more of a better stance. So that all looks good. I can glue my pins to my arms, and then I'm going to have to get something on the end of these arms. But I thought instead of hands, why not give them some guns? I've got these glue lids here, and I thought they'd make some perfect hand cannons. So I'll just go ahead and glue those on. And they don't have much to grip onto, so I'll pretty much fill them up with glue, and then I'll use my baking powder to cake it all up, and that'll give it plenty to grip to. And there we go, some hand cannons, perfect. And I've got it, I might as well use it. I'm just going to hit them with some more activator just to make sure they're well stuck. And I've actually noticed that using this along with the baking powder actually gives the baking powder a smooth finish. It smooths it right out, it's brilliant. And before I glue my arms in, I'll just give them a wee bend here. Again, it just sort of positions them back off the body a wee bit, gives them a bit more of a meaner stance. And that's him ready to glue. I think he's looking good. I think those cannons work really well. But I need to start thinking about a face. And I thought maybe I could paint some eyes on, or I could maybe hook out a couple of wee greeblies and use those for eyes. But then I thought, well, if he's got cannons for hands, why not have a cannon for a face? And again, can't take full credit for this. This was another one of Emerson Ward's suggestions, so thanks again, Emerson. And then I thought, well, the cannon's going to need ammo, so another lid here makes a great sort of ammo container for the back. So I'll get those glued on. There we go, cannon face. That's him glued on. I think he's looking good, but he still needs something. Something's just not quite right. Yep, that's more like it. Some wires going to his cannons. Just drilled some holes in the back there, attached those in. This is garden wire, just some rubber coated garden wire. It's really good stuff, and it paints awesome as well. And then I got to thinking, what if he needs help? You know, reloading or clearing one of his cannons. He's gonna need a buddy. So I built this guy. And he's got an arm with a big old hand on it. So he can point and give directions and help other bots if they need it. And his arm's pretty similar, just making links, slightly larger links, just to make him look a bit beefier. But yeah, he's the leader of the cannonball crew. So here they all are. We've got the first one time use. He's your pawn, just send him out the front. And then we've got this guy with a mohawk and his belt-fed gun. And then we've got cannon face. So yeah, that's the whole crew, the cannonball crew. So I'm just going to add a few more details. I'm going to add some pistons here, just on the side of their legs, just for a wee bit of extra detail. These wee pistons are just the offcuts of my cotton bud sticks. I had 6 left, and 6 is exactly the amount I needed, so handy enough. Now I'll just add some rivets. These are nail sequins or sequin art. I think they're similar, very similar products, but yeah, they make really good rivets. Just putting on a wee dab of super glue here with my toothpick, and then putting the rivet on. Put a wee bit of blue tack there on the end of that wee rivet holder, just to stop the glue getting everywhere. If you didn't have these rivets, you could still put the dabs of super glue on with the toothpick, and then give them a wee sprinkle with baking powder, and that'll give you a similar. It won't be as defined as these rivets, but it'll still give you a rivet-esque look. And there we go, that's everybody detailed up. I didn't go too mad with the rivets, just in a few wee areas. I wanted to keep that sort of smooth ping pong ball surface. Well, obviously apart from this guy with a mohawk. But yeah, looking good, ready for primer. And then I just forgot this guy needed his wee rubber ring. This is just a finishing touch. Stick that on. And that is him, ready for primer. And I just used spray can primer. It's actually from a body repair shop. It's not even model primer. And yep, that's him primed. Obviously this video is long enough, so if you want to see me paint one of these guys, my next upload, and it'll be in a couple of days, I'll upload my painting one of these guys. My phone memory couldn't take much more. And back to me in the living room. So there you have it. Some cool wee bats using ping pong balls and a few other bits and bobs. I hope this helps. If you have any questions or comments, you know where to go down below. Give me a shout. There are no stupid questions here. And if you're on Instagram as well, I'm on there too. The address is in the description there. Give me a shout on there. Yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.